What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Are y'all ready for some Wings of Liberty? I'm here, your broadcaster, HD.Starcraft. And that's right, man, I am out with the new and in with the old. I had to think about that for a second. That's not a common saying. And it's time for some StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, and I'm happy to say that it is going to be a very high level, high profile game. This is actually from the Ritmix Russian RSL tournament. Ritmix, kind of Russian-y, I guess. And it is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss. Let me introduce the Protoss player here at the top right-hand corner. Map is, of course, Daybreak, and he is a Danish player from Team Liquid. His name is BumbleBee. And for some reason, I'm just getting lots of thoughts about Transformers right now and a yellow Mustang. Is that what BumbleBee is? Is he a Mustang or is he something else? I think he's a Mustang. Anyways, totally sidetracked because here in the bottom left-hand corner, I have to introduce the purple Zerg player. And interestingly enough, I don't think I have ever casted a game of this person before on my YouTube channel, and this person is actually a she. She is one of the, if not the best player right now in North America. I know, I can't believe I'm saying that, but there is actually a female who is considered the best player in StarCraft 2 in North America right now. Her name is Scarlett, and I'm not being sexist or anything. I'm not saying girls can't be good at StarCraft, but I am surprised that we finally have a girl who's taken it to the next level. She's totally one of the best players that I've seen. She beat Vibe in the North American BattleNet Championship, so I would say she's probably one of the best North Americans right now, if not the best. And she plays Zerg, so that just gets my heart fluttering twice over. I don't know. It's gonna be a Zerg versus Protoss here, guys, and both these players obviously high level. Cannot wait to see what happens. I haven't casted a Wings of Liberty game in like forever, so this should be fun. Basically, it's just StarCraft 2 Heart of the Storm without all the wonky new units, with the balance now once again restored. We're back in a place of order, no longer chaos, and I'm interested to see what these two players have got to show. These replays in the Ritmix tournament played a couple of weeks ago. This is from the group stage, and it's a best of 3, but I'm just going to cast select games here because I don't really want to do the whole best of 3. There, I said it. So I'm just going to cast the best that I find. And here we go, man. BumbleBee going to be getting a Nexus, getting a Forge, Gateway, and a Cybernetics core. Everything looking pretty standard here. And the one thing I'd have to say, actually, is Scarlett still doesn't have a third hatchery yet. There we go. Alright, so the drone is coming. It's going. And it's going to be a hatchery. So Scarlett will get that down. Overlord here just getting a nice breeze under his trousers. And the other Overlord here, unfortunately not going to have a nice little fan to blow under his appendages. That probably feels really good for Overlords, man. And here comes a probe from BumbleBee. Looks like he wants to go ahead and maybe be annoying or something, throw a pylon up or a photon cannon. Usually most Zerg players, leave their Overlord, one of their Overlords next to his hatchery, or leave a Zergling around, so this kind of thing doesn't happen. But I guess Scarlett just totally forgot about that, so this pylon is going to come up, and, BumbleBee gets away with this. This is just like getting away with murder. And honestly, the poor victim is that scorpion-like thing that grows inside the hatchery that we have yet to identify what the hell it is. Anyways, photon cannon's now coming up, and Scarlett is not going to see this. Remember, that hatchery is pretty blind. I think BumbleBee is actually going to get away with this, and the hatchery will come up, so now there's no chance for Scarlett to recuperate her funds. And look at this, BumbleBee sends in a Zealot and Stalker, and the purpose of that was just to distract Scarlett. And now the photon cannons have come up, so that hatchery is going to start to take a serious beating. Queen's going in there like, don't worry, I'll save you, baby. But then she's like, nah, screw that. And now the Zerglings are coming out just to try to, I guess, fend off this Stalker, but the real threat right here is that hatchery at the third, and it looks like Scarlett is going to try to, well, expand out of losing an expansion, because at this point, it's pretty much done, and even if Zerglings come by, BumbleBee can just build a pylon right there, and it makes the photon cannons pretty much invulnerable. So Scarlett is going to start this game off with a terrible disadvantage. As Zerg, if you lose your initial hatchery, it's like losing your hatchery in the beginning of the game. You can't come up with anything worse than that. Except maybe an Overlord not getting the breeze he needs under his stickly-like appendages. I guess now he's gotten orders to move away because Scarlett's got to get serious now. There's no more time to be chilling on the beach here. Scarlett is actually in a lot of trouble, guys. A lot of larvae here that she can still use up that she should. But she's supply blocked right now, trying to make 4 Overlords. And she cannot afford to lose this hatchery. That pylon is like double trouble. It might just, you know, with the warp and reinforcements here, is going to force a cancel from Scarlett as well. So the initial aggression from BumbleBee gets 2 hatcheries here. And it's still not over yet. There's still units warping in. Oh, Scarlett, I had such high hopes for you, but now, I don't know, I'm not so flattered anymore. Is she really going to lose the game right now? She has to defend this at all costs. This is do or die right now, and the roaches coming out just at the right time. Talk about cutting it close. Now, it looks like, you know, Scarlett is gonna, she's gonna kill off all these units, but it's a silver lining around a very dark cloud. We're talking about T5 thunderstorm clouds here, guys. I think T5 is only used for hurricanes? I don't know, I'm not a meteorologist, so regardless, you get the idea, hopefully. And, you know, Scarlett's in a lot of trouble right now, but she did kill off those forces. Now, back at home, what does BumbleBee have cooking right now? Wow! He has 7 gates total, plus a Robo Bay. My goodness. So BumbleBee, it's not enough for him to beat up on Scarlett, the poor girl, with photon cannons and cheesing and killing off 2 hatcheries, but he also has to go for a 7-gate 2-base all-in. Actually, this is 8 gates with Twilight Council and Blink, so this is going to be a 2-base, 8 gateway, plus 2 weapons, Blink, Stalker. Also, we're going to have a robotics too, just for the hell of it. So BumbleBee really is not, he's not exactly living up to his name here, let's just say that. He's more of like the killer bee than the BumbleBee. And look at this! I think he's actually going to try to fake the 3rd expansion, which is just, this is just taking this game to a whole nother level now. You know, if Scarlett can somehow pull back a comeback here at this point, it would be quite miraculous. Now, she has taken the edge in supply, but it's just a very bare, minuscule amount. And the Zergling's going to come in there and it's going to be like, ah, I see a hatchery. But BumbleBee for sure is going to cancel this. If he actually lets this Nexus, excuse me, the Nexus, not a hatchery, but if he lets this Nexus go up, then my mind is just going to implode. That's going to be like dividing by 0. You just can't do that. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to cancel this Nexus at some point here. Maybe just waiting till the last possible second. There's another pylon here for BumbleBee as well. So, yeah, man, he's the killer bee for sure. And we will see if North America's best is going to have what it takes to hold on to this all-in. The Nexus has been canceled. Scarlett right now is in so much trouble, and the weird thing about it all is she doesn't even know about it. And now she's going to start to see some of the Stalkers here. And when she sees all those sentries and the reinforcements, she knows she's in trouble, but she has infestors. Not a bad fungal growth there, picking off a huge pack and getting a great fungal off on the sentries. That's exactly what she needs to do. I don't know what those force fields are all about. I guess BumbleBee trying to create a roach ranch or something, but he lost a lot of his sentries and now he's getting fungaled. But he still has so many Stalkers. They have +2 weapons. They have Blink. This is a deadly Protoss force, despite great fungling from Scarlett. I still think she is in mega trouble right now. She is in double trouble land, and she's gonna have to try to hold on with just roaches and infestors. Will she have enough? She just finished +2 weapons on her own, and she is going to somehow make a hold. Can't let that pylon go up though. But at this moment in time, she doesn't have a choice. Still got a pylon up here. BumbleBee could actually warp in some units there and take out that hatchery. Should have used the cycle there rather than here. Picking off a few infestors here as Scarlett is forced to engage. And all she does with those infestors, she's just trying to psych the fungal growth, but she ends up losing one just shooting out one infested Terran, which is now a green splattered ball on the ground. And it looks like she's pulled out the queens as well. Will she have enough to make a hold here against the Stalkers? It looks like she will. This is unreal. Wow. So Scarlett just pushed away the Stalkers, but now there's another round warping in at that hatchery at the top left-hand corner. And this hatchery for sure is going to die. You can see Scarlett there saying, well, I guess these eggs are never going to become something worthwhile. Might as well just cancel them. So that hatchery has gone down, and that is the third hatchery this game that has either been forced to cancel or has been killed. So Scarlett has taken it, and now the only weird thing about this game though is Bumblebee never actually secured the third Nexus, so he's still actually only on 2 bases trying to claim the third right now because he's realized that, hey, I've actually done so much damage, but I can't end the game, so I need to expand and try to actually play a macro game from this point forward. But if that's the case, I think Scarlett has a very big army. And that is reflected in the supplies right now, 157 and 97. And of course, losing all the sentries earlier on when he was trying to create a rodeo roach ranch was certainly not ideal, because right now he could really use those sentries to force field these roaches. Stalkers trying to get away. Those roaches were like on turbo mode for a second, then they got off the highway. So those Stalkers will be able to make it out. But I do feel like Bumblebee now is going to have to play a very defensive, passive game. You know, look at Scarlett's supply. It's almost maxed. Bumblebee doesn't have any sentries, or at least has a very limited number of sentries. Doesn't have many immortals either, and since the third base came up so lately, you can see the resources lost there. He lost a little bit more than the Zerg as well, but since the third base came up so lately, he doesn't have the infrastructure there to wall off, you know, an impending Zerg attack. So wow, I actually think Scarlett has somehow, some way, came back in this game. This is incredible, and you just have to think, if Scarlett had not taken that much damage in the beginning, were it not for her insanely good macro, where would she be? You know, she is that damn talented to be able to just brute force macro her way back into the game, and that is almost unheard of for a Zerg to lose 3 hatcheries. Yeah, I know, 2 were killed, 1 was canceled, I think, and still be able to come back. That's still insane. So Scarlett right now, actually, you do have a place in my heart. That was beautiful. And let's see if she can actually close out the game or not. I mean, at this point, the Protoss does have a lot more immortals and sentries. And let's not forget, Bumblebee still has Bling. And oh no, Scarlett, you do not want to run up that ramp. If that's the case, you really should just try to break down those rocks. Because, you know, that place is definitely Roach Rodeo time. You do not want to go up against sentries there. It's very hard to miss your force fields or lay down bad force fields in those kind of narrow corridors. And it looks like Bumblebee here is going to push out a little bit. I don't know if I agree with this. That's very bold push. You know, I don't know. He needs a Colossus right now. He needs more than one Colossus, in fact. He's trying to get the support bay. And really, I don't think you can push out against this Zerg army. This is almost what the Zerg wants you to do. Oh, this is so weird. And I think Bumblebee is going to say, yeah, I don't want to get chain fungled here. I should probably run away. That's a lot of infestors. And let's not forget they have a lot of energy, too. They've been saving up energy all game long. Yeah, Scarlett is in a dominant position of map control right now. Has a lot of roaches, has a lot of infestors, getting more upgrades here. Actually going to be switching into Brood Lord, and it looks like, you know, maybe some cracklings as well. Good late game composition with her already created infestors. We do have a 4th Nexus on the way on the bottom right, and it looks like we might have an intercept here, but oh man, Scarlett just barely missed a window of opportunity. Bumblebee got to be breathing a sigh of relief there because her forces were split apart. And her Zealots and Immortals were like, oh, please come back here, Stalkers. We know you're flimsy as hell, but we need you to keep us safe. And now it looks like Scarlett maybe thinking about making an attack here. And if she just shot out her whole load of infested Terrans, that sounded so wrong, but in a way it's so right. If you shoot out your whole load of infested Terrans here, you could for sure kill off that Nexus. I'm not too sure why she's waiting to do it. It looks like she wants to get a good fungal first, and here we go. The infested Terrans are here. And that is going to be very hard for the Protoss to stop. BumbleBee is in a lot of trouble right now. You better call on Optimus Prime to help him out. Oh, that Nexus is going to go down for sure. Everything is focus firing it down, and the Nexus has fallen. A huge July the 4th firework there. And that is not a good, that is not good for the Protoss player to lose the third Nexus. Thankfully, he does have one down in the bottom right that was not spotted by Scarlett. But let's be 100% honest here, guys. Broodlord Infestor is on the way right now. And if Protoss doesn't have a mothership, forget Optimus Prime, okay? If you don't have a mothership, then you're not stopping Broodlord Infestor. Alright, fine, Optimus Prime would probably be pretty helpful. It would come down and just blast all the Zerg units away. That would be the newest unit, I think, for Terran. Maybe in the next expansion, they'll get something like Optimus Prime. All their units are Transformers anyways. Hold that thought. We have a Warp Prison coming in right now. Trying to go on a drop mission, but there are Corruptors there, and that Warp Prison was spotted by the Overlord at the 12 o'clock spatial gap between the two bases. So, very good attention to detail there by Scarlett, who is banging away on those Stalkers. Stalkers don't want to have anything to do about that, so they are out of there. But Speedlings on crack. It is like running into a road rage driver on the freeway during rush hour. You really don't want to deal with those people. And now it looks like Scarlett is going to bust down these rocks here in the middle of the map, so she is going to try to, I guess, make a huge push here. She's got Broodlord Infestor, man. And you know what? There's no mothership. There's not very many Colossus either. I think Scarlett is looking really good in this game. This is actually just the sickest comeback for a Zerg player. Like, you don't lose 3 hatcheries and win the game as Zerg. One does not simply do that as a Zerg player. But Scarlett does. And now she's going to, I don't know what she's going to do, man. She's got a scary army. There are 4 High Templar coming out, though, but they don't have Storm Energy yet. And, you know, BumbleBee might be forced to make them into Archon. What is he doing with these Templar? Trying to get a feedback. But, oh, God. Looks like she's forced to make an Archon. Loses the Templar there, I believe. And Scarlett is going to probably push in here with everything she has. But there are 2 DTs in the army. She doesn't have detection, and those DTs, along with the force fields, just keeping the Infestors right next to them and locking out the rest of the Zerg army. Those DTs are having a heyday payday. And BumbleBee actually, man, if he just keeps killing off Infestors like this, why isn't Scarlett using a fungal? Finally, she kills them off. I think she got the fungal down. She realized how many DTs she lost there. Excuse me, how many Infestors she lost there. And now BumbleBee's going to push out. I think BumbleBee will have enough to push this army away, and wisely pulling the Colossus away from the infested Terrans. The important thing, though, is BumbleBee will keep his Colossus alive. And I think that was pretty good. But, oh, he lost an expansion down here in the bottom right-hand corner. So I take it back. Scarlett is dominating once again. The world is right. She actually was really smart there in that entire battle. I was like, wow, she lost a lot of Infestors, and that is true. But she also sent a small army to the bottom right to, you know, make sure that BumbleBee would not have the income from that Nexus. So I think BumbleBee might be on his last legs here, his last flight, so to speak. And, you know, Scarlett has just taken such a dominating lead in this game. Look at the supply, 194 to 75. That is pretty incredible. And now, you know, it's just, oh, that Colossus is going to go down. Now it's just like 1 or 2 Colossus on the field and a very small mix of Protoss units. And the thing is, he can't afford to make anything else. And, you know, Scarlett is on a healthy 5 base. And I'm just going to forward this replay now because at this point it's pretty much over. I don't really want to see I don't really want to see what happens there. I said it, and there it is. GG. So, yeah. Sometimes, you know, if the replay calls for it, I'm just gonna afford it. I don't care, guys. Sometimes it's just got to be done. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Do check me out. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and also I think that's about it. HD.StarCraft. And if you guys want to follow me, that's all good. And I will have another video coming out for you guys. I want to try to do some more Wings of Liberty. Yes, it's true. You know, a lot of the HOTS games that I've been doing, they aren't super high-level pro replays, but that's what you got to deal with when there really isn't that many people playing it. But I will try to get in a good mix of both Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Storm. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next cast. This is HD, signing out.